Jaipur, the city of palaces and the capital city of Rajasthan, has a rich history and offers a tapestry of colors. With its immense cultural heritage pertaining to clothes, languages, festivals, and architecture of the buildings, Jaipur holds its identity as a vibrant tourist destination. In between the glorious monuments and human artifacts, weave in and out around 112 elephants, whose job is to give daily rides to visitors at the iconic Amer Fort.
आरटीओ का मतलब एलिफेंट राइडिंग होता है, इसकी वजह से आमेर पैलेस फेमस है। अगर ये बंद हो जाते तो यहाँ टूरिस्ट आना बंद हो जाता। मतलब 8 बजे से एलिफेंट राइडिंग होता है, 8 से 12 बजे तक। 2 लोगों का 1100 रुपये चार्ज देता है, लिख के जाता है लेके नहीं आता।
An elephant ride at Amer Fort, a place of major cultural and heritage significance, is the ultimate travel experience for many foreign visitors. However, riding a captive elephant causes immense trauma and pain to these sentient and social creatures.
You can see the hundreds of elephants used here for elephant rides offered to tourism in the name of culture and tradition. As we all know, elephants are wild animals and they belong to wild. And this is not the place for them. We as an organization working together with various organizations, companies and people to make sure that these elephants have a life worth living.
The elephants of Amer Fort suffer from chronic stress, heat, and physical abuse. Tourists are oblivious of the living conditions of these poor creatures and continue to subject them to a great deal of agony. Little do they know that inadequate diet, long hours of work with limited veterinary care are pretty common abuses endured by the Amer Fort elephants.
The elephant spectacle which we are witnessing in Amer Fort is completely illegal. It is completely illegal in terms of ownership of the elephants, and it is completely illegal in terms of cruelty meted out to the animals. World Animal Protection has produced several reports highlighting the squalid conditions of elephants in different locations across the world, including Amer Fort. Elephants are wild animals which can roam for more than 20 kilometers in a day in the wild, and in Amer Fort their natural behavioral patterns are drastically altered because they are not used to these conditions in the wild.
Tourists, especially those from abroad, spend exorbitant amounts of money to ride these majestic animals. The persistent tourist demand for elephant rides fuels the capture of these elephants from the wild and perpetuates a cruel form of entertainment in which the animals are brutally tortured and abused to cater to human whims and fancies. Long periods of confinement and consequent boredom is projected in the stereotypic behavior of the elephants by repeated swaying.
Both of us are very passionate about animals, and so we talked about that we're not sure how the animals are thinking, so we want to watch and observe, but not get on the animal. We want to be able to connect with the culture and connect with animals in a way that's no harm.
Yeah, we think maybe the animal is not happy climbing the hill and having people sit on them, so we would prefer to see the animal in a natural environment and looked after.
Yeah, so I went to Africa, where I went to safari to watch the animals in their natural environment, and we're locked up in the cage to look at them. Animals should be kept in their natural environment, and we should observe them in natural environment, not cage. we don't cage people, we shouldn't cage animals.
And in most of the Western world, we have a problem being obese, and an easy way to fix that is get a little bit of exercise. You know, much healthier, and the elephant doesn't need to carry you.
Rajasthan is known for its culture and heritage worldwide. But between these glorious monuments, in the name of culture, these poor elephants are used to give joy rides to tourists. These elephants suffer from chronic heat and physical abuse. In absence of adequate diet and improper medical treatment, these elephants suffer a lifetime of captivity. Elephants are all wildlife, not entertainers. Just to give few minutes of fun to the foreign tourist, these elephants are brutally exploited. Riding on these elephants cause immense trauma and pain to these sentient creatures. How will you feel if someone rides on your back?
Rani is a 35-year-old female Asian elephant. She lives in a concrete stable at the elephant village called the Hathi outside of Jaipur. Rani has been working at Amer Fort for at least 9 years, but she has likely been doing the same work her entire life, taking tourists up the steep slope to Amer Fort. She works 365 days a year. Like most elephants here, Rani was probably taken from the forests of Assam when she was very young. Male elephants start displaying intense signs of anger and violence when subjected to mindless torture. As a result, the locals now tame only the female species, which have turned out to be more enduring to the torment.
I came from Delhi to see this Amer Fort here, and when I reached here, I saw so many elephants. They were decked up, and they were charging 1100 rupees for this safari. And after observing the elephants from the close, I could see the tears coming out from their eyes, and their skin has got some patches. I think they are suffering from some skin infections. And these elephants are aging. The agony, the anguish can be seen from their eyes, from their body, and the way these people are, these Mahavat are handling them, because they are using their feet to manage them, to make them walk, and the ears, behind the ears there is a common very soft spot, and the way they were handling, they were hitting them there. So I could see that anguish in their eyes, and I didn't take the ride, and nobody in my family also, they had gone for this ride. And I would appeal each and every citizen of the country, and the tourists especially who are coming from different parts of the world, I would appeal to each one of them that they should not take these elephant rides. And especially government, if they should step in and do something about these animals. There are plenty of them. I think around 100 of them, they are here in Jaipur. And Jaipur, the temperature is very high, and this is the time around 11 o'clock, and we can feel so much of heat is there. Temperatures are soaring high, and these elephants are not meant to be kept in this place. This is a desert, and they should be sent back to their natural environment, or something else should be done.
India has around 20,000 wild elephants and 3,000 captive elephants. The captive elephants of India, including those that give rides at Amer Fort, are kept in barren conditions. The elephants at Amer Fort have to walk up and down steep walkways and have to pass through chaotic traffic on busy roads every single day. Their soles are damaged by walking on hard concrete surfaces. The elephants are then cruelly chained in Hathigaon, the zone which was built up in the intention of creating a harbour for the elephants, now legitimate torture camps for them.
We really want all of us, individuals, the tourists, the state government and the travel companies, to really think about the conditions of elephants and whether this is something the people really want to do and be part of this cruel practice, which has been going on here without any control or any enforcement. A place called Hathigaon was made, which meant to be a resting place for these elephants after offering rites. But the situation there is also getting very bad because after offering rites at Amer Fort, these elephants go back to the elephant village and they offer rides and other entertainment activities to the tourists at any point of time in a day. Elephants are exploited every day. We have to stop it, and together we can stop it.
Many captive elephants are sourced from the wild and endure a brutal training process to allow people to interact with them. Many calves die during this mindless treatment, and those who survive are left traumatized by their ordeals in captivity. A large number of elephants are also partially or totally blind. Elephants suffer a lifetime of cruelty for merely the entertainment of people. Greater awareness combined with legal initiatives can ensure that these majestic wild animals remain where they belong, in the wild.
Plight of the elephant, which is not a being that belongs to Rajasthan, and yet we have a good 110 of them over here. They don't belong into these surroundings, and I was unaware of it. Just like the number of people who are coming over here, being so excited about the rides. They are not meant for it because not only is it very painful on their feet to walk such long distances on tarred and ramparts of forts, they are also tortured by this instrument called what the mahouts use to poke them so that they can walk a straight line or do not falter. This is a wild animal, not meant to be tamed in the city. So the next best thing that we decided was, since I am aware of it today, I would like to be able to put it across on my website and all the people I come across, that let us stop this endangered species. It is the big five of the endangered species of the world to survive in more animal friendly locations, which the government is actually making an effort to create along with the people of the organization.
We are working with the government. We are very interested to find an alternative to this cruel spectacle and are working with the government, the tourist companies, and we are working with the public to bring about massive public mobilization, to bring about a humane change and a humane alternative for elephant rides. And we have these humane business models for tourism, which have been tried out in Thailand, and we are now trying it out in Nepal as well. We have to keep in mind that the elephant is India's national heritage animal, which has been revered in Indian culture for thousands of years. And elephants are wild animals above all. Wild animals belong in the wild, not in city spaces. And with your help, World Animal Protection India is trying to ensure that elephants as wild animals live in the wild where they belong.
We need a change of culture to keep elephants without chains. Tourists can be a part of the solution by saying no to elephant rides and choosing to observe them in their natural habitat for their safety and welfare. We, as citizens of a modern world, can accept the fact that every living organism has its rights, and we need to spread the word for awareness.
It has to be said that the whole aspect and the whole effort of putting an end to the elephant rides involves a multiplicity of approaches, which involves legal steps as well as the steps which we are taking with lobbying the government, the corporates, as well as public mobilization. So when it comes to the legal steps, there is already a Supreme Court case which actually highlights the plight of elephants not only in Amer Fort in Rajasthan but all over India. and we are in very close touch and in very close collaboration with the petitioners to actually address the issue of these elephants in captivity in Amer Fort. We should also like to say that all over the world, there is actually an effort to move away from these rides to more elephant-friendly efforts. And internationally, we have collaborated with very big groups like Intrepid, like TUI and TripAdvisor. We've got more than 650,000 signatures whereby people have written to concerned authorities and concerned corporates to put an end to these elephant rides from their itineraries. We would like to thank all our supporters, our international team in London, and all our well-wishers who are actually constantly campaigning to bring about more awareness, to bring these cruel elephant rides to an end in Amer Fort and everywhere else.
We need to be more compassionate, and we need to be stronger individuals who love and care for animals, at the least, not subject them to exploitation. And we need to develop these things right now.
I appeal to the people of Rajasthan, to the people of India, tourists, corporates and the government that these elephant rides should be banned. And I appeal all of you to come forward in solidarity so that we can make the lives of elephants better.
Let us help. Every small step, every person saying no to an elephant ride means a better, safer, happier and unendangered elephant.
Elephant is a wild animal, belongs to wild, not at Amer Fort.
Fellow mates, there is a better way for India's elephants. Do you think these pretty creatures should be subjected to the kind of life they are as of now? Join us today to offer them a better tomorrow.